Good afternoon. My name is Joe Bandel, and I am the last Rosicrucian. Um, I've been trying to catch up on the internet, talking about current events, interested in a lot of the topics of the deep state, things that are going on, uh, the possible sex trafficking, possible Hillary connection alleged with Satanism and the occult, for example. And I thought that I might have a little information that people should really be thinking about. It involves the next full moon. Yesterday was the full moon, the new moon in April, and the full moon is the 30th of April. And I'm going to be telling you why the next full moon on the 30th of April is significant, why it's important, and why people that know a lot more about these things than I do should really be watching for activity. So, how do I start? The first thing I'm going to say is it doesn't really matter if you believe in metaphysics, if you believe in the occult, if you believe in the astral worlds, because what matters is that other people do. And these people who believe in these things will act upon their beliefs. This is an important factor and one of the reasons that I'm bringing this up. People act based upon what they believe. Now, allegedly, there are a lot of people in the deep state, a lot of people that are involved in child trafficking and the occult, the Crowley type occult or something like that. They're going to be believing in these things, and because they believe in these things, they're going to be acting at certain times that need to be important. Now, the full moon, let me put it this way. There's a lot of people don't understand even the significance of the lunar cycles. If somebody asked, well, how do they determine when Easter is each year? No, people wouldn't have a clue. Well, I'll tell you how Easter is determined, and this is just as an illustration. Easter is the first Sunday after the first full moon after the spring equinox. Why do they do it that way? Because that is when certain occult or metaphysical conditions are met. All right. And that's what we're going to be talking about with this coming full moon on the 30th of April. It is called Beltaine. Now, if you looked up on the internet, you looked up Beltaine, or every religion is going to give its own thing. There's the Lunar Festival, for example, which is the following full moon. But the Beltaine is not a solar celebration in the astral planes for the people who understand what's happening within the non-physical planes. It is a lunar festival. Now, there's a lot of people get those confused. But it is a lunar festival. That's when the energies coincide, and this coming one is actually the first complete lunar cycle to a full moon after the spring equinox. Okay, so it's the first full moon after Easter, not Easter Sunday, but after the full moon prior to. You get what I'm saying. There's things that happen. Okay. The next thing that I'm going to share is that traditionally Samhain, Samhain, or Halloween, whatever they call it, is a sacred time of year. And that also, even though we celebrate it at the end of October, or a lot of people do, the true date for Samhain, Samhain, or Halloween, whatever you want to call it, is going to be the full moon, the first complete lunar cycle, and that full moon after the fall equinox. So it's not on the calendar date. It's not a solar festival. A lot of occultists don't understand the true significance of this. And the ones that are really into it, they're going to. That's why I'm talking about this. We'll take a look at the Halloween full moon, if you will. So on. That is traditionally when the veil between the two worlds is the thinnest. Okay, Beltaine, which is coming up, is right at 180 degrees from that. It's also the time during the year when the veil between the worlds is the thinnest. That's what makes it powerful from an energetic sense, from a magical sense, or whatever you want to call it, from an astral sense. That's why people try to do things at the full moon or immediately prior to the full moon. If you do it after the full moon, it's too late. Okay, so these are what's the difference between the Halloween full moon and the Beltaine full moon? The Beltaine full moon is when the energies within the astral plane, the spiritual planes, the non-physical planes, burst out as spring energies. They burst out into physical manifestation. So it is the time of energy moving from the astral unseen planes, bursting out into physical manifestation. So that's a powerful time for people who believe in doing magic to empower their manifestations. The Halloween time, when the veil is the thinnest, is the time when everything is leaving the physical plane, either as a harvest, it's being harvested, or it is being pushed back into the spirit planes, the non-physical planes, the astral planes. So you have the contact with departed spirits, ghosts, things like that. That's why it's haunted, if you will. So anyway, that's a basic overview of the energetics that we're talking about. Now, these people, if they are as serious about occultism and about Satanism as it's alleged, they're having a hard time of it because things are not working their way. And what they are desperate to do is they're desperate to empower themselves in the only way that they know how. So that you can look for attempts being made at so-called satanic or whatever rituals coming up within this next 2 weeks, right around the full moon. And that's really the reason that I'm making this video. I'm making this video because I recognize there's a danger. These people, if it's true that they are into these things, they want to get empowerment, they want to empower their goals, they want physical manifestations to happen, so they are going to try to magically, through some form of ritual, do these things, do something. And it's probably not going to be something nice. And it's going to backfire on them because they're trapped in a corner. Energetically, what things have changed. I have written about Gaia, or Earth's ascension, a change of energy dynamics. So that's my little area of knowledge, if you will, expertise. And I'm just saying that, hey, Earth, Gaia is on an ascension way. It's moving into the light. It's moving into the spirit. Humanity is moving into a place where we listen to our hearts. We listen to the love that's in our hearts. We listen to the voice of our conscience. And the type of evil that is described is no longer welcome. It's so they're going to try, and it's going to fail. That's basically my point. Watch for it and meditate, pray, bring a little light, protect your loved ones, protect the world, protect the globe. We need to get rid of this evil. That's all I have. I thought maybe I'd be a little longer, but I've pretty much said what I need to. Have a good day.